Whoa. So you guys have been messaging me on Facebook and you're showing me these listings, and when I stumbled upon a few of them, I thought, damn, this is looking pretty bad if you want to sell a gaming PC. So today I'm going to be blurring out all the information that's private and personal and just showing you guys some tips and tricks on how not to sell a gaming PC in 2019. So the first PC we've got up here is a 4K gaming system with a GTX 1070. So first up, I'm not entirely sure if a GTX 1070 would be considered a 4K gaming GPU, maybe on low settings. But with that aside, we look at the ad itself, and as I've been saying in the past, guys, a picture speaks 1,000 words. It's just so important for selling your gaming PCs. As we looked at the previous example in the eBay video where the seller had just garbage specifications, but they were selling those PCs because the build looked clean and it had RGB bling. This kind of is the opposite to what was going on in that video, and if anything, it's a lot better of a scenario because the person's not trying to scam anyone because the specs are pretty good at the end of the day. But I feel everything else in these photos pretty much deters people from wanting to buy this PC. For instance, if we look at the first photo, there is just cables everywhere, and then we look at the surroundings of the PC before we even go into the PC. The floor's all dirty. It's just looks like honestly a filthy environment for this PC. And then we look at the PC itself, the side panel's just hanging off the side, and then the mesh front cover is not even installed on the 5.25-inch drive bay, which makes you wonder if the person has taken care of this PC. And so that's where the photo starts to speak 1,000 words straight away, where you're looking at the condition of this and you're like, okay, will this thing even boot? And if I buy this, how long will it last for? If it hasn't been taken care of in the last couple of years, then what is the outlook for this PC? And it's probably not going to be good in any way, shape, or form. But furthermore, I'm kind of a little bit curious to how a build with a 7th gen Intel, which is only a couple of years old at best, gets this filthy. I mean, it looks really bad. And you guys know around the channel here, I've got 3 phases of Tech Yes Loving. Phase 1 is where we just give it a quick clean. Phase 2 is where we go a little bit more in depth. Phase 3 is where we just go to town, pull everything apart, break, clean a WD-40, and just bring that thing up to brand new. But I'm pretty sure in the case of this PC, we'd have to go to a new special phase and then use some chemicals that I've never used before and maybe even go into another dimension just to clean up this PC. But I want to stop right here and give the person selling this some feedback, because even with just 20 minutes of your time, you could really clean this up and make it look a lot better. For starters, take the computer off the floor, put it on the desk, at least just for the photo, and then get those cables managed so they're out of the shot. Furthermore, just take this thing down to the service station. Usually most gas stations will have a compressor, air compressor, that you can just hose the PC off and get all the dust out, especially out of the front of the PC and out of the insides. And that would really go a long way to clean this build up and make it look just that bit better. But when we go inside the PC, things even get worse. The dust is just all inside this thing. And then we've just got cable management, which is reminiscent of that of the Verge. It's as if these guys put this PC together and then shipped it to this guy in Australia, because I don't know what is going on here, because the SSD is just hanging there and it's just like in the middle of nowhere. And I'm pretty sure we're getting up on the level of this thing could be a potential fire hazard at this point in time. But to fix this up, a little bit of cable management, even just 10 minutes with some zip ties and then getting some alcohol wipes while the PC is turned off, could really go a long way to clean up the inside of this PC and make it look really good. Because when we look at the price of this system, it's 999 Aussie dollars, so the person is clearly trying to sell it. They want to get rid of it using that price point. They think it's a good deal, and honestly, looking at the specs, it's not too bad. You're getting a 4K 28-inch monitor included, you're getting a i5 7600 7th gen, GTX 1070, a 250GB SSD, and 16GB of DDR4 memory for around 1,000 Aussie dollars, or a little over 700 USD, which for the whole combo isn't too bad, as we said before. But in its current state, I don't think anyone's going to want to buy this PC, even hustlers and PC flippers who want to come in and lowball it, because they're afraid of the longevity of these parts and if they would actually work in the future. But you're probably gonna stop me right there and just say, okay, Brian, these people just wanna get rid of their stuff though. They really don't care. They don't have the time to clean this stuff up. They just want it off their hands. And if that's the case though, I would argue the counter argument would be the price would be considerably lower then, because I've seen stuff like this go in the past, but the prices have been like literally fire sale prices. But on the flip side, the next two examples I'm gonna pull up for you guys are two bad photos, but at the same token, the price is really good to the point where I was like, damn, I wish I could have picked up these deals. We look here, GTX 1050 system with a 4-core, 2nd gen i5. It's going for 250 USD. Now you may think, okay, that's actually pretty mediocre, but it's loaded with a 240 GB SSD, 2 terabyte hard drive, and the case and everything else is not too bad. So even if someone put in an offer of $50 lower, I'm sure this person would have taken that offer and you would have got a really good deal. Same as the next deal here. The photos are just really, the person couldn't care, but same with the price tag, they couldn't care. We got around $350 US for a 7th gen i7 system with a GTX 1050 Ti. Now, the same deal applies. If you put in an offer of maybe $50 lower, the person probably would have accepted it straight away. But do keep in mind with these 7th gen Lenovo's, you do have to be pretty careful. I did a video sort of exposing the problems where they do have proprietary power supplies. And so if you do want to change out components, especially a higher powered graphics card, and you need a higher powered power supply, then you're going to run into trouble. Pretty much the only upgrade path for this computer would be the upcoming GTX 1650, which you then could replace for the 1050 Ti to get some better performance. Though back onto the last example here is a 2016 MacBook, which is going again for around about $1,000. And this one's sort of even, I think, worse than the last three examples because it's literally just 1 minute. All you have to do is get a cloth and just run over the whole computer quickly just to make sure it looks good for the photo. We can see here the screen's just got all dust over it. And sort of with that in mind, it makes you wonder if the person has taken good care of this item. And with that in mind, if someone really wanted a MacBook, which it does baffle me as to why you would want anything from Apple, given their recent track record, this could actually sell pretty quickly if the person actually spent a bit of time to take some nice photos and put it on a better backdrop. Though with that in mind, guys, let us know in the comments section below what you think of photos. I mean, what's your experience? Do you find that the better the photo, the better the PC sells? I mean, in my experience when I was over in the US, when I was here in Australia, all the time, the better the photo, the better the PC build looks, the much higher chances you are gonna have of selling that thing. Because the picture straight away, as we said before, not only captures the person's attention, it also says a lot about the seller and if they've taken good care of the system, if there's anything wrong with this system, if it's going to last into the future. These are all those questions that I think go through a lot of our heads, either consciously or subconsciously. And so when the photo's really bad, it's going to speak for the whole ad itself. Anyway, guys, with that in mind, if you want some links on how you can spice up your build, I'll leave some links for some $1 LED strips in the description, as well as some LED fans, because I've also found in the past that adding these components to your system does actually help it sell really quickly and also a lot faster than just having a system. Even if that system's clean, the photo's clean, having those LED lights in that picture does coin the phrase LEDs sell PCs. But also there is rumor that if you put RGB LED lights in your system, it will make you a pro gamer and double your FPS. That is the rumor on the street. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, then be sure to hit that like button. And with that aside, guys, I'll catch you in another tech video very soon. Peace out for now. Bye.